Welcome to part 56 of building the Rick and Morty app series. We're going to continue polishing our app here. In the last part, we wrapped up search pagination. Before we jump into things, hit that like button down below. Absolutely destroy it for the YouTube algorithm. Throw a comment, say hello, toss an emoji. Put anything down there. It helps out a ton. Let's continue. So I do believe all of our core functionality is complete after taking a look here. If I've missed anything, please do call it out. In this video, what I wanted to start doing is polishing our UI to be more cross-platform friendly. In other words, I had showed a few videos back that we actually have built a universal app. So we are able to give this a run on iPad, right? So if I search iPad here, we can run it on our Mac via Catalyst, and then we can also run it on our iPad. So let me give it a run on the iPad Pro simulator here. I can close up the iPhone, and you're gonna notice a couple of weird layout things which we can make better. We can actually check whether we're running on an iPad or a phone, and we'll probably want to do things a little differently, particularly for our collection view cell layout. So we actually had done this a few videos back. So in this case, we have a 4-column grid here. In the case of our table view, we can't really make this a whole lot better because, it's not a grid. For episodes, this is a little wonky too. So what we probably want to do is adjust how these layouts look for iPad. So let me come back here. We have this is our RM character list view. Let's jump into the RM character list view model.swift, and let me search in here for iPad. And what you'll find is here for Mac and iPad, we actually do this different calculation. And the way we check for is iPhone is simply by UI device current user interface idiom is phone. So if it's the phone, we go down this code path. Otherwise, we go down a different code path. So instead of doing this kind of check everywhere, what I will do is create an extension. And I can't remember if we already have an extensions file. It looks like we actually do, which is awesome. So what I'll do in here is I will add an extension on UI device, and we're gonna add a static constant property. We're gonna say is iPhone will basically just be this. If you compile, hopefully should be good. And then back here, we can actually simply just say UI device is iPhone, and we can actually take this out. And I actually added a to-do for myself here because I knew that I would forget. So awesome. So now that we know that we are doing a different calculation like this, let's actually apply it to our episode screen as well. So we're gonna go into RM episode list view, and let's see if we're doing our collection view calculations in here. It does not look like we are. It actually looks like we're using a flow layout here for our collection view. So I guess what we can do is probably leave this as is. It's not ideal, but it's certainly not the worst thing in the world. Let's see what else we can make better. So if I click into this, this actually looks fairly good as well. The only thing that I think would need improvement here is our grid of characters down here. So this is I believe our RM episode detail view.swift. And this is why naming your views in a nice consistent way is helpful. You can actually find stuff way more easily. So cool, so in here we probably have a collection view that we're creating, okay, and let's see what we're doing. We have a layout for section in here, and if we jumped to this function, what we're doing is we're creating a section for our info and then for characters as well, so I'll jump into that function. And here we're defining our layout via a compositional construction. So we have these 2 columns. So let's see what we can adjust in here. So for item, we're saying this is 0.5 and 1.0. Okay, so 50% the width dimension. And in terms of the group itself, we are saying we have 2 items. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say UI device is iPhone. In this case, we have 2 items. Otherwise, perhaps we want 4 items. So I can literally just copy and paste that, make sure it's a comma. Now, in this case, we also want to adjust this. So UI device is iPhone. We can say we want the item to be 50% the width, and in the iPad case, or any other case I should say, which is inclusive of Mac, so Catalyst, we're going to say 0.25, aka 1/4. So let's jump back here into our episode and tap into this, and we should have a grid here of 4 columns, which is really nice. Okay, cool, good deal. Now, the other thing that is kind of strange looking is the height seems a little low in terms of iPad configuration. Let's see what happens if I make this portrait. Kind of better, but still kind of squashed, if I don't say so myself. And what we can do for that is we can adjust this here. So I can say if UI device is iPhone, we're going to use 260. Otherwise, let's try 320, and let's see if that looks a little better. Now, of course, we're hard coding these. There's inevitably better ways you could do this, but I think this is good enough for our use case. So this screen looks a whole lot better now. Let's go back to our character list. Let's click into one of these and let's see if anything is can be improved here. So it does look like we could probably condense our sections in the middle here where we have, you know, the character status and gender and all that jazz. So let me jump into the RM character detail view.swift. And I would fair to bet we're creating also layouts here. So here we're saying view model, create photo section, info section, and episode section. So the episode section is a little big. We probably don't need it to be that big. Let me click on a different character that has more episodes. Doesn't need to be as wide perhaps. And the info section can also probably be squished into 3 columns. So let's do the info section first. So once again, here we're saying 0.5 for the item width. We'll say if it's an iPhone, we will say 0.5, 0.5. Otherwise, we'll say 0.33. And similarly, here we're going to say UI device is iPhone. We'll have 2 items. Otherwise, we are going to have 3 items. And I didn't actually call this out. This question mark colon thing is called a ternary operator. It's basically a shorthand if statement. So if you have never seen it, that's basically what I'm doing here. So before I give this a run, let me also adjust the episode section here. So for the episode section, what we want to adjust is the width. So I have created a fractional width of 50%, or 80% I should say, and this is kind of big for a large screen device, right? So we're gonna say in the iPhone case, let's see, is iPhone, there it is. We're gonna say 0.8, otherwise maybe we'll say like 0. Let's try 4 and see what that looks like. Cool, let's give it a build and run. And let me click on Rick here. And cool, we have 3 columns now for the info section. It doesn't look as nice because there's an empty spot here now, which is gonna bother me, but that's okay. So, because if we squish it to 4, it might be a little small, but our episodes look a whole lot better, much more reasonable. Let me try actually making it 4 columns there for our info section. So in this case, we'll make it 0.25. And in this case, we'll make it another item. So let's see what 4 columns look like. Okay, let me click Rick. Okay, I think that's actually reasonable. Things are just line wrapping a little bit, but they actually look pretty good. Maybe we can split this into multiple sections too, but I'll leave it here. I digress, because you can basically play with this UI like at an unlimited standard, right? Like there's no way to know it's actually done. So this is looking good. We can click into these, looking good. Let me click into an episode, and this obviously looks a whole lot better now. So let me come back to our location tab and let's see what these are looking like. All right, okay, so we want to adjust this as well. We have our characters here, and similar deal. We want it to be 4 columns instead of 2. And we're doing the same check in a lot of places. That this should probably scream to you that we have some room here to do some cleanup and consolidation, which we will do later on. So let me see where I'm creating that layout here. It should be a composition layout. It looks like I'm doing it right here for characters. And once more, we're going to say UI device is iPhone. We'll do 0.5. Otherwise, we'll do 0.25, so 1/4. And similarly, down here, we'll say if this is a iPhone is, that's not how you spell it, is iPhone, we'll do item. Otherwise, we will do 4 items. Make sure that's a comma, not a period. And I'll also adjust the height here like I did in one of the other screens. So in the iPhone case, I'll do 260. Otherwise, we'll do 320. Build and run. Let's jump back to location here. And boom, a whole bit nicer, particularly on large screen, both in landscape and in portrait. So this app is actually looking really darn good now. I anticipated we would actually need far more cleanup, but if you lay things out rather, well, it actually ends up working pretty nicely. I do see a typo here for API reference, so let me actually fix that as well. We'll do Command-Shift-F, and we'll just search for API ref, and I see a little typo here that I made, so we're gonna fix that up. So API reference, and did I actually handle all of these? I don't remember if I did. So here, let me actually click on API reference, and I don't think we actually did. We actually did. So this is all hooked up, which is awesome. View app code, I actually hooked this up as well to the repo. So cool, we're in pretty good shape. Now, before I wrap up the video, let me also run this on my Mac since it is capable of doing that as well. So run on my Mac, designed for iPad, and give this a build and run. I'm going to close the iPad simulator here, and we do expect to see the Mac app launching any second. It's basically just the iPad app running on Mac. You'll see it bouncing in my dock here at the bottom. And boom, there we have it. And we can actually, it's basically just the whole iPad app, but it looks really nice. I'm actually pretty impressed with what we have been able to make here. So it's running in dark mode because my system theme is dark. And let's click into these. And it takes all of the same paradigms as we defined for the iPad. So 4 columns, different grid sizes. Let me click into a character here, episode. And let's try search. Let's see what search looks like, because I think I actually forgot to adjust search here. So let me search for Rick, and I think we're gonna have 2 columns. Okay, this is obnoxiously big, clearly, so let's go fix this. So let me jump into rm search results view.swift. And let's see, we should have a let section somewhere in here. I guess we don't. Let's see where that collection view is. So it looks like the collection view, we have hard-coded it as a flow layout. Let's see where we are defining the item size. So there should be methods for our collection view. So here we have a cell DQ, which is fine. We should handle a cell tap. It actually looks like we forgot to do that here. So let me toss a to-do in here. So we come back to this. And what we're looking for is size for item. So here is size for item actually. And what we're saying here is in the character size case, do this, otherwise for episode, do that. So let's see how we can make this better. So we're saying width is bounds width minus 30 divided by 2. So what I'll do instead here is say UI device is iPhone. We'll do that. Otherwise, we'll say bounds width. We want to divide it by 4 first of all, which means it'll look something like this. And each of these lines indicates a bit of margin. So let's say we have 10 points in between each of these. That'll give us a total of 50. So we want to subtract 50. And let's give this a build and run. And let me search for Rick here. And this should also take the iPad as well. We'll search for Rick, and this looks a whole lot nicer. We could probably even make it more small, but I digress. I'll leave it as that. For locations here, I think we'll have a table view, which is fine. We can leave it as such. And for episodes, we'll probably want to adjust this as well. If I search for Rick, we get the same looking thing here. So let's see if I can actually adjust this. So we're going to say this is... our width is going to be UI device is iPhone. We'll do this. Otherwise, we are going to say divide this by 2, and we want to subtract 30. And that's because with 2 columns, we'll have something like this, and each of these lines indicates basically some padding that we want to have between the columns. So let me give that a run, and let's see what we end up with. So we'll jump into our episodes here, and I will search for Rick. And cool, we now actually have 2 columns, which actually looks a lot nicer than the other screen. And we can probably even get away with 4 columns. Let me see what that looks like. I kind of think it'll look a whole lot better. So let's jump back here, search. Let's actually search for Morty this time. And it looks like poor Morty has far fewer episodes, but we do actually get 4 columns here, which is super duper nice. And we actually don't handle these tabs as well. Let's see if I forgot to handle them for the table as well. Something tells me I did. All right, let me click on one of these. Okay, in this case, we did not forget to handle this, but we need to handle it for our collection. So let me come back here. Let's open up this menu. This looks fine. It's a small menu. We can click it away. And I guess that's a good place to stop for this video. So our app looks a whole lot nicer on both Mac and iPad now. Let me give it a run back on the iPhone and make sure we didn't accidentally just break some of the layout on the good old iPhone here. In the next video, we'll go and wrap up that search results selection. Let me make sure this all looks good. Beautiful, beautiful, looking great. Click into this, awesome. Everything is looking really nice. I'm quite happy with where things are ending up. Looks like everything is nicely being pushed. We should be able to still search, see stuff. Can't click on these because I forgot to do that. Let's see if we're able to paginate. We indeed are. Awesome, awesome. All right, looking good. Probably a great place to stop. Hit that like button before clicking away. Appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe if you're new. If you know any other iOS devs who would benefit from this content, tweet the series, tweet the channel. Growing together, almost at 90,000 subscribers. I will see you guys in part, I believe, 57, which is pretty wild. So see you guys there.